and we're going to begin with Armenia. Now, on Friday, they marked the solemn 100th anniversary of the beginning of the Armenian genocide, when as many as 1.5 million people died. You probably heard about this story already because it's been all over the news for an unexpected reason.
The Kardashians are reportedly in the country to tape their reality show and pay tribute to victims of Armenian genocide.
Kim and Kanye did spend time commemorating the 100th anniversary of the Armenian genocide.
What is important in Armenia this month? What's the significance?
I mean, I know it's the genocide thing that's happening, but...
How do you know that? How do you know that?
Because of the Kardashians.
Exactly.
Oh, God. Look. To be fair, the only reason I know about chemical warfare in Syria is because of Vanderpump Rules. And that's only because I happened to Google, is there anything worse than Vanderpump Rules? And it was the only thing that came up. The Armenian genocide is a controversial subject, especially in Turkey, where the government firmly believes the actions of Ottoman Turks do not merit the term genocide. However, not only do historians and at least 25 countries believe it to be a genocide, but so does an unlikely coalition.
Turkey has condemned the Russian President Vladimir Putin for calling the Armenian massacre genocide.
The Pope called it a genocide. George Clooney called it a genocide.
Wow. Putin, the Pope, and Clooney. OK. For a start, kill, marry, fuck, respectively. That's the easiest round of that game I've ever played. That was very easy. Secondly, if all those people say it is a genocide, who says it isn't?
The White House has called it a mass atrocity, but President Obama has stopped short of using the word genocide.
OK, and if you're wondering why he stopped slightly short, it's because Turkey is an absolutely vital ally. So to avoid upsetting them, the president had to consult his diplomatic thesaurus. Genocide, can't say that. Snafu, that's too glib. Big murder party, that's warmer. Armenia's terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Let's just go with that and hope they don't notice. Still, President Obama being afraid of the G word is a little surprising, especially because Senator Obama was pretty comfortable with it.
For those of you who aren't aware, there was a genocide that did take place against the Armenian people. It is one of these situations where we have seen a constant denial on the part of the Turkish government and others that this occurred.
And apparently one of those other deniers is myself from the future. I know that because he came back and told me. I told him what he was saying made no sense. He just said Benghazi and left. I don't know what any of it meant. The president has even tried to come up with a semantic workaround. On Thursday, he put out a statement reading, "I have consistently stated my own view of what occurred in 1915, and my view has not changed." And he's released the same statement, almost word for word, on every anniversary of the Armenian genotrocity. It's like every year he's playing a game where the secret word is always genocide. It's like the most depressing episode of Pee-wee's Playhouse ever. A country you think about so little you didn't even realise that not only is that not Azerbaijan, it's not even a landmass, it's the Caspian Sea. This is Azerbaijan. I don't know when I'm going to get tired of this game, but it's definitely not now. Azerbaijan has spent this week attempting to get the world's attention.
Well, the first ever European Games have kicked off with a lavish ceremony in Azerbaijan's capital, Baku. 6,000 athletes from 50 countries will compete over the next 2 weeks.
Yes, the European Games have begun. And don't worry if you've never heard of them, that's probably because they've never taken place before. But they're definitely here now, and they feature 20 heart-pounding events, including men's synchronised trampoline, beach soccer, and group aerobics. The athletic pursuit that answers the question, what if an orgy was somehow platonic? Azerbaijan has even gone so far as to create a pair of ridiculous mascots, Jayran the gazelle and a pomegranate named Nar, who, let's be honest, look like refugees from an Azerbaijani children's show called Sexy Horse and the Child's Radish. Now, these games have reportedly cost Azerbaijan billions of dollars, and they're largely seen as a strategy by President Ilham Aliyev to boost the country's profile. And the good news for him is people are now talking about Azerbaijan. The bad news is what they're saying.
There's been a lot of criticism of their human rights records and corruption, high-level corruption allegations, and that criticism has really intensified because of these games putting Azerbaijan very much in the international spotlight.
And that was always going to happen. Azerbaijan demanding the spotlight is like Gérard Depardieu demanding to be filmed in high def. Why would you ask for that? Close scrutiny might not be your best strategy here. Unsurprisingly, Azerbaijan has been trying to prevent stories about how repressive their regime is, and they've been doing it in the most repressive regime way possible.
Dozens of foreign journalists have been banned by the authorities.
The Guardian was banned, we were banned.
Khadija Ismailova, an investigative reporter, was arrested after revealing corruption among the president's family.
Look, Azerbaijan, you cannot have it both ways. You can't scream out to the world, notice me, and then decide to be a dick to journalists. You're a country, not Shia LaBeouf.